Hey, all right, I'm building Roberts. Where are we at? Hey guys, it's me. Late night in the shop. One of my buddies just left. Me and him got caught up a little bit. I'm still working. Uh, this is Robert's pull-up stand prototype. So just first one of these, Robert. This one's yours. Work out the build here, and if prototype goes well, we will start building on more. Anyway, I'll explain to you along the way while I'm making the decisions that I'm making in the design of this. I guess that would be good to go ahead and start right now with that. All right. So this is going to have a complete frame all the way around it. The reason I want to do that is you have to keep in mind a couple things sometimes whenever you're fabricating something. One of those things is that it has to be put together by humans, which means that we can only lift so much, we can only carry so much, and also space isn't infinite. So if I am carrying something into a house per se, you can't just magically remove the side of the house and place a whole cage or rack inside of the house. It's just not possible. So you have to consider how you're going to get it in the house. So you got to take it apart. Now, in the ideal world, in Perfectville, the place that none of us live, everything would be completely welded together and nothing would be bolt only. No bolt on stuff. Everything is completely welded and fused at a molecular level. And then if you want to put bolts in the middle of it, that's good too. But we don't live in a perfect world. So we have to make a concession. And something that you don't see is you don't see a lot of welding would be best in a lot of equipment and things of that nature. You see bolts where they're placed not because they make something stronger, but because that it's a convenient way to package it and so on and so forth, or it's a lot cheaper, a lot less time consuming. So, all right, that's a whole lot of talking. These brackets here, let me flare them out here. There we go. Where are we at? These brackets here, they're welded here and going to be bolted up here. The ideal situation to join these two would be welded and bolted. So bolts holds in the middle, the welds on the side. I'm going to box these in. So I'll box the corner of this. Reason I'll box the corner is if you have something fail, cease to work, you don't worky no more, what happens is you'll get it's plastic deformation. It's where this thing starts to expand like bubble gum and not bounce back or not come back. And in order to do that, it has to deform. You can't keep its same shape and expand. It just is impossible to do so. So if this is stretching, this extra piece of metal in here will keep the stretch by multiplying the amount of steel it takes to stretch, making it stronger. Whenever you push it that way, the way things usually deform is they will bow. So if you've ever saw things buckle, so that's what's happening. So if you box the corner, you hold the sides steady so that it doesn't want to buckle. So that's why you put a top plate here. Breaking this, you could break this piece, cut it out on a table, make a couple of breaks. This would be most press brakes would have a really hard time making that break unless you had a die made for that brake. So if you had a die, and some of those dies are like $15,000 to get the die, then you could break one on this side and one on this side, but you couldn't fold the complete piece without having a weld on it. That's why whenever I do this piece, I'm going to weld in these brackets. A lot of times you won't see the brackets welded in, you'll just see a piece like this. I understand, but it's like whenever something is designed to be structurally strong, it's usually a little bit better than something that's just thick. And two thick pieces, while I'm sure that they would be strong, probably enough to hold it, by having the extra piece here. That structure I feel like will be just as strong. Actually, I think it'll be stronger. So that's why I'm going with this. But none of that really matters with what's going on here, because the main point of weakness in this thing would be movement like this. The movement this way against these gussets are going to be plenty strong. So to avoid this weakness, what we're going to do is we're going to frame the complete outside of it. So this is going to be a complete standing platform. Whenever you stand on it, then you can have something taller and not have to worry about picking your feet up so much and things of that nature. But why is that important? Because you can only get things so big into so many areas. And you may be able to carry this in with the base and stuff on the same level, but anything that's off on your floor, then it's going to show in the base. So I'm going to show you how to, whenever I put this together, I'm going to leave enough tolerance on the frame so that you can make minor adjustments. I mean, you won't be able to make huge adjustments, but minor adjustments in the frame in the way that you put it together to make sure that it will set in the floor. So I know that sounds odd, but whenever I get to the video where I'm actually putting the thing together, you'll understand what I'm talking about that. Also, on the bottom of the feet, what I decided to go with are these. This on a wood floor is not going to scratch the floor, but you will have to worry about it being slick and moving on the floor. So if you wanted to put a rug underneath of it, then put this on top of the rug, which you may want to do anyway, the machine ain't going to scratch the floor, but it would move if you put this on a rug that's got a kind of one of the stickier backgrounds that's made for going on laminate flooring and hardwood and stuff, so the rug don't move. Put it on that kind of rug, put the machine on the rug, boom, you're good to go. Also, being outside. Another thing with the 4 points here is if you have it outside and you're going to level up a place to put the thing, then you've only got 4 pads to level up. And if I was going to put this down, what I would do is I'd get some 4-inch solids. You can go to a place that sells concrete. Usually they'll have that 4-inch solids. They probably have some at Home Depot. This time of year it may be a little bit hard to find them. But anyway, that shovel, level off a piece, a place, get a, I'll probably get some 4s and probably some 1-inch ones. They're 1 inch thick by like 4 inch wide. And that way you don't have to go up and down as much. You can place another block or 2 if you have to, and it just makes it a little bit easier. And you can put pads down for the feet. Another thing I'm going to do is put some weight posts on this so that if, it can have a little bit smaller footprint in your garage, but it can also, it'll also be able to do the, I'm going to make a pull-up stand for this damn thing. I think I'm going to. Matter of fact, I know I'm going to. How about that? Robert, you're going to get a pull-up stand. Not a pull-up stand. Of course you get a pull-up stand. I'm talking about a dip stand. I'm going to have to, after I get it together, we'll check it out and see how the bolt pattern for it isn't what concerns me. I'm concerned over the hookup for it. So, may think about that for a minute. But anyway, all right. What else? So, just saw somebody watching. That's cool. Hey! I would review. Why don't I review? Cool. We're building a pull-up stand. We've got a triangle here, big triangle, good for pulling up. You're going to jump into it. Kind of like jumping into a pool, but no water. Just places to exercise. Then up top here, we're going to do, there we go. Up top, we're going to do a double thing. So what is a double thing? Well, it's kind of like two, you know. So your pull-up bar is going to run completely through your frame up here. Hasn't went over this yet, so this is totally new material. It's going to go completely through the frame, and you're going to have one plate get through there, darn you. I haven't cleaned out some of these. Some of them's got to be cleaned up still. I've got the plasma cut there on it. And gee whiz, hold a camera with one thing and do that. Somebody said that'd be smart. Somebody lied to me. Damn you. Well, I've got the proper tool to clean this thing out with. I'll get that later. Where's a hammer? That'd be a handy thing to have right about now. Whack it. Whack it a good one. Let's see. All right. Get up there like that. A die grinder, which I have over yonder. Son of a bitch, that was no fun. A die grinder, which I have over yonder, is what would actually be the best thing. This thing right here. But it is loud as sin. And I just don't want to make that much noise. I see no benefit in making that much noise. You wouldn't be able to hear me. I'd have to put ear hole pluggers in the ear holes. Hell, I don't want to do that. Come on, damn you. All right. Hold your ears. It's going to get loud. I've got to put on the safety shield here to protect. I promised the son one day, I told him, I said, son, I will not go deaf or blind. And he was, I'm already talking louder even though I'm not using the damn thing. How does that work? All right. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, contact, and then expect life to get loud. Jesus thing. 3, 2, 1. Got it. All right. Now, I am still going to have to got to work on that one. Hell with welding it, we'll just press the damn thing in. Freaking whiz. Hold your ear holes. Don't get loud. You know what? I've got to put the bit in here to drill this anyway. I'm just going to re-drill the damn holes. What's that? Is that not cool? That's cool. You know why? Because it's going to happen. Gee freaking whiz, about died again. Say gee whiz again. Will, gee whiz. Alright, let's set this thing up for death mode Mach 3. Oh, we got to unbolt them. Which one? One of them's unbolted. Yes, it is. All right. Now, probably should have changed this out before we grabbed the thing. That would have more than likely been a smart choice. Why would we make smart choices? Only smart people make smart choices. Not these guys. Let's see, I can probably still get in there. Give me a minute. Where is it at? There it is. There we go. Get you out of the way of me walking through. There we go. All right. So here's what we got. We got this thing. This is going to put us a hole in that. Got to figure out where we want to hose that. Move the table up a bit too, I imagine. Let's see. There it is. I just lost my freaking wrench. Son of a gun. You got to be kidding me. Why didn't somebody say something? I don't know. So I had a buddy over. Hadn't saw him in a long time. Started off the video talking about that. I don't know if you've been around that long or not. But think the world of the dude. I need to figure out what is up with that, because that's going to be a pain in the butt. So what's happening is the thing's turning, but you're supposed to be able to unlock and rotate the handle as well. So whenever I pull the lever here out that direction, it's supposed to let me roll the handle more. So I get to there, like that, pull handle. That light's glowing right on you, that sucks. Shoot you down here a little bit. There we go. Got some Allen wrenches. I'm going to take that thing apart and take a peek at it. See what's wrong with it. I think I got an idea. I ain't 100%. Sure. Got bolt holes there. I bet there is a nut on the inside of it that is spun loose. Something's not quite right with it. I bet these things are on there really well. Shoot a 1/4 inch. Yeah. 1/4 inch in the 1/4 inch hole. That's for sure. Hey, good job. Broke her free. You know, if you can't, if you're a small business person, and get you on this other side, guys. There you go. Let's start you up here on top of the. Oh, gee. Oh. There we go. So, if you're a business person, one of the things that you need to know how to do is fix your own stuff. Because if you're familiar with the machine, there's so many reasons. There's just knowing what the capabilities of the machine is, knowing if you're getting screwed by somebody that comes out, knowing what to order. There's tons of stuff, reasons why that you should. All right, what we got here? All right, gotcha. That's not what I expected to find. I expected to find a nut or something that had knocked out or come unscrewed. But now, this is kind of cool. This looks like it is a handmade spring. This spring, it looks to be handmade. You can, if you've ever wound springs on a lathe, you can, a lot of people anyway, I don't know if you can, I can't, but, you know, some I can tell if they've got a lot of those apprentice marks on them, but you can look at a spring and see if it's a handmade spring or if it is a machine-made spring. Springs are one of those material, one of those things that in some countries, you know, you still have people hand making springs, and I've been like absolutely amazed by the opening up something like this and seeing the amount of handmade springs that are in machines, particularly of this era. It was a point that people were still making springs. And whenever I say this era, I don't mean this particular Bridgeport clone. I mean back whenever the Bridgeport mills and stuff were starting to come about, you'll see handmade springs in a lot of the millwork and stuff, and it's pretty amazing. But now the newer stuff you don't see, and this one isn't newer, but it's past the point that I would have thought that you would see a handmade spring in something. This mill is made in Taiwan. In Taiwan, they are one of the countries that make better equipment. If you've got a choice, a lot of people don't know this, but if you've got a choice of buying machinery and your choice is to buy a piece of equipment that was manufactured in Taiwan, like a mill, versus one that was manufactured in, say, China, then you are going to want to purchase the one that was made in Taiwan. That looks like that is where it needs to be. Good deal. Totally lucky on that one. Alright, so where we're going to move to, bring this thing up. Let's lay out where we want our piece at. Things we're taking into consideration is going to be where the cap's going to land. So we'll have to come down just a little bit below the top of the, so we will be right about there. Alright. And I'm going to put some clamps on this. Shut that up. Why are you talking to yourself? Because it's freaking late and I'm tired. That's why. Afraid if I tell myself, if I forget to tell myself what to do, I'll forget to do it. Alright. So we're going to make a yeah, I'm going with the meter. The piece, whenever I laid it there, was telling me one thing. The actual part itself is telling me something else. So I'm going with, I'm going to go with the machine on this one. We'll take a look and see. What's your hole? Shit. There's not another set space in there. This is water-soluble oil. I didn't expect that to fall in there like that. Well, I mean, I did, but not like... No, actually, we can give it a whole lot of thought. These aren't needed now. Bottomed out. Oh shit, that's not good. Don't do that no more. Not a good one. Alright. So what's happening? We bottomed out the thing here. We need just a little bit more. There's one. I made a boo-boo. So, check it out. Don't know what I was saying. It's late. This is what I did. This one is supposed to have a hole right here. But guess what I did? I put it right there. Yeah, that happened. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut us another one. Hey, yay. Here is Mr. Tape Measure. All right. And this piece needs to be right for it, 77.5 inches. And I just so happen to not have the air on, so the air suppression is not running. Go ahead and drill these out. Go ahead and drill the rest of the other ones out, though. No reason we can't do that. Here's one. Where is the other one? It's always here. Correct. Alright, we got one more floating around out there somewhere. I bet it's the one I was beating with a hammer. Why, yes, it is. Why did I do that? I have no clue. Zero. None. No idea. Alright. 77 1/2 inches. And that thing should be ready to come off of there. Air compressor should be warm. So I'm going to flip you around here. There we go. Not quite so warm. I'll just take it with me. Fine, we are. Alright. Hold on. Where are we at? Right there. Hey. A piece of metal waiting for the camera. Boom! We're good. We're golden. Measure 15 times, cut once. That's my motto. Hey, alright, whoops, almost broke something. That high-pitched hum, it's not just in your ears, it's actually a piece of machine. A piece of machinery. That is the variable frequency drive for converting the single phase to three phase on the mill there. I need to come up with a name for that mill. I still don't have a name for the mill yet. Not sure what we're going to call it. We'll have to call it something. See, let's get a better camera angle here. How's that? Get you a good peep there. There we go. Get in there real good. I think that'll work. All right. Try not to knock everything off. Last words. So how smart does you guys think that AI is going to get? Yeah, you got Alpha Zero, and you got all the crazy AI stuff. How smart do you think that thing's actually going to get? I was watching some videos with the the place that Google sold to the Japanese, the one where they were doing all the robotic research. Didn't think the government would let that one go through. I think there was some inside dealing there. not McDonnell Douglas or DARPA or any crap like that. It's something else, but I can't remember what it is. The ones that's got the dogs that like dance and do all kinds of craziness. Bottomed it out again. I'm sitting there leaning on the thing like there's no tomorrow, and lo and behold, it's because I bottomed her out. Whoa, I knew something was up. Too many pieces chucked up in there. One caught up all kinds of solid. Man, we tore some teeth off. That's for sure. Boys, I think my hole saw is just about done for. Yeah, she's not looking good at all. I need to get a carbide, they make them whole hogs. Yeah, whole hogs. I need to get some of those bits. If anybody works for the company, just send me out a whole batch of them. I'll tell you how they do. Write you a big review. Say, hey, this is the bomb. They're the carbide hole things. I've got one of them over here. Yeah, little carbide tips on them. Most people use these for, yeah, somebody's cringing because I hit the bit with the carbide with the regular thing. You're like, hey, carbide's tough, but you can still crack it and chip it. That's the very true point. Totally understand. I apologize. But, get us rolled back around now. We need to flip her over and duplicate our hole pattern that we had in the one that we messed up. Lug heads being we are. Sometimes I'll build something like this and I'll rebuild it and revisit it until I'm very happy with it. You know, I've had this project a little bit longer than I wanted to have it. And I just hadn't settled on a good design. So, what does that mean? That means whenever I first bid it, I had an idea in mind of how I was going to do the job, and then once I actually fabricated it, I didn't like the way it was. So, I had to go back and revisit, you know, to put it together and make it work. Originally, I had not planned about putting a frame around it that we're going to put around that. Decided against that. The reason I decided against it was I just didn't see the necessity. But then whenever I started thinking about guys that are really strong, really big, and the dude that this is going to, I mean, he's a really strong fellow. He may be doing 175, 300-pound assisted pull-ups or unassisted, but you don't know. You don't know what he's going to do. So might as well make it where that it can be super good for him. Even if he's not doing like a crazy set of 20 pull-ups with 100 pounds on, and even if he's not doing that, maybe someday he'll want to, and I'd say he probably wants to. So might as well make it a forever thing. Well, what about the stuff that you can get, factory stuff that you can get that's already out there? Like getting a rack and doing them off your rack and stuff like that. There's some people don't want that. Some people don't want a rack. And I'm not saying this guy is or isn't one of those people. I honestly haven't talked to him about it. But I know that in my personal life, I went through a long time, and I'm just now really considering building a rack for myself and for the shop. So why hadn't I done that before? I was doing more body weight stuff and more for grappling, more body weight. I done some deadlifts and stuff like that, some just squats, deadlifts, but low weight, high rep stuff, more explosiveness, or a plyo thing, or a more conditioning based thing, not strength, not just raw strength. But anyway, so as I've got older, I'm getting more into the raw strength stuff. Got some catching up to do, by the way. But all right, I'm gonna fire this off. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. You get my juice bottle. Oh crap, caught all up in my thing. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut her off. Got some stuff to do fabrication wise. Getting a little long, about an hour. Show you some more of this in a while. Take care. Man, I hope everybody's had fun. Hit stop. How do you stop the damn thing?